I25. Say it's lonely at the top. Never felt the pain. Take your right hand off what your left got. Cut it off what my mom say. I'm trying to live right, but this is my play. Hustle every single day. If I stop, we start. So I gotta keep this gas in my tank. So cold, easy square 6 feet away. I just wanna live. But this game got me feeling like I'm walking all alone in the dark. Ain't no feelings in my heart. I'm Mr. I25. This crime rate every day got me feeling like I'm living in a holiday. But then I feel a lonely pain in my bones. I'm trying to focus, but the pain never fades away. Never felt the pain. Take your right hand, watch what your left got. Cut it off what my mom say. I'm trying to live right, but this crime rate. Looking to the sky, but I forgot how the price set my soul, so I make $1 million in a day. Hustle in the moonlight till I see the light. If I'm living wrong, I can never be right. Gotta put it in a song so the world knows. Kept going when the rest froze. I'm the king of my city, Mr. I25. Look the devil in his eyes just to live another day. Up a boss. If I told you never felt the pain, it would be a lie. But I'm never gonna fall, never gonna break. Gotta pump the gas, cause the struggle got me running toward the cash. All I do is bite down till I grow. Smoke a whole pound of this drug. Then it's full speed, no time to rest if I wanna take the lead. If you broke, then you saw.
Turned Up TV, Colorado's #1 show, sports, music, entertainment, and of course, Colorado hip hop, man. Shout out to everybody tuned in right now. Appreciate y'all rocking. Hope y'all having a good start to your week. Monday, I'm your host, Lance Maharez. Make sure to follow us Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at Turned Up TV, man. Got a special guest in the building, man. Good friend of the show, Mr. I25. What's good, my man?
What's happening, man?
How you living, bro? I haven't seen you in a minute, man. It's been a long time. No open mic for almost 3 months, 4 months now. How you living, bro?
It's hard with the corona, you know what I mean? Trying to do something that I love performing, but it's hard to do that with the situation we're in. So now we gotta do things like this. Try to get my name out there like this.
Yeah, man. No, I say work doesn't stop just because a lot of things. Actually, we're excited because they kind of gave us the green light to slowly start getting back in the studio. I was in there last week, able to do some interviews live, but it was still on camera through webcam. But hopefully, in the beginning of August, I think they're saying that we're going to be able to have people start back in there and doing that, man. But why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself for everybody out there who might not know who you are, my man?
I'm Mr. I25 from Denver, Colorado, born and raised. You know what I mean? Like, check me out, all music platforms, King Daddy on IG. You know what I mean? Been rapping for a little bit. For a couple years. I got a story. So
yeah, man. And like Co said, Turned Up TV open mic veteran in the building, man. You were one of the ones who've been rocking with us almost every open mic, man. Tell us what it's been like without you being able to go to the open mic and express yourself and break new records and perform new songs, man.
It's been a challenge, you know, but I'm an artist. So when inspiration comes, it's my job to like hone that inspiration and put it into my art, which is music. You know what I mean? Like it's a little different because life is different now. So my inspiration comes for different things, but I still go through things in life. That's not what my music is about though. Like it's about my story and about my life. It's not particularly club music, but it's the music that you listen to and you just want to vibe and think about life. And like right now, like everything seems repetitive. So when you're trying to find new inspiration for music, it kind of get hard. But that's when you set yourself apart and try to become something different.
Yeah, man, it definitely seems like you've been staying busy musically and staying in the lane. You've been giving us new music, and we've been kind of catching you on, some of the things you've been posting on Instagram and Facebook, stuff like that, man. How's it been for you as an artist to kind of, navigate through these crazy times?
It's different and it's exciting at the same time because like it allows me to open my brain and to search different avenues and like really get my music in front of people. Like now it's just got to do it all cyberly. You know what I mean? Like flyers and things and like going seeing people physically saying like, "Yo, check out my music. This is my name. This and other." I mean, that's the vibe. You know what I mean? That's how I like to do it, to get my name out there, like see somebody physically. But now it's like you got to find different ways and try to maneuver in there, like I've been doing, like find ways to promote myself on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. There's so many different platforms. As long as you build that up, the sky's the limit.
No, I agree with that, and especially being in a position to figure out, a new way to keep working. That's one thing here at Turned Up TV. We've had to figure out how to connect with artists on a different level, how to do our shows from a different view, from different places, stuff like that. And I think, it's really made us better as a team and better as what we do, and just kind of same thing with you as an artist. Um, how was it for you recording wise? Because I know that you go to you have a certain studio you go to, right? Was that locked down for a minute, or what was the process with that?
You see, that's the thing. Like they were closed for a little bit, and then like they just been flooded. So I usually go to Side 3 Studios in Denver, and I was using that for basically my last album, my whole last album, King of Colorado. Check me out on all music platforms. But I used that studio for pretty much my whole album. But now, when they opened things up a little bit in Denver, everybody flooded the studio, so it was really hard to get in there. Like you thought it would be the opposite, like people would be trying to get in there, but no, it was pretty difficult. But I found somebody. He's a local artist named Fuego Flame, and I've been recording some music at this spot. And yo, man, it it's different, but it's good different because it's like it gives me a different vibe, put me back in that vibe of just like, all right, let's make some music type shit. And like when you go to like a fancy studio and shit, you kind of forget. You know what I mean? You're like, damn, because they do a lot of the things for you, so you don't really feel like that vibe. But when you sit in a studio like that and you get the smoke, and you're like, yo, you hearing it? You could get the critique a little bit, and like, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, let's fix this. Let's fix that. Like, you don't
Yeah,
get that in a big studio because you're not allowed to smoke in there. You can't.
yeah.
It takes away to that personal.
Yeah. When you're able to sit there and just vibe with the producer, smoke, sit there, relax, tweak things here and there, you're right. It's right. It definitely gives you that more personal touch rather than when you go to some of these bigger studios, which you're not allowed to smoke and you're not allowed to kind of get, create that vibe between you and the producer. It's kind of more just business, like record, blah blah, robotic steps through it, right?
So yeah, it takes you out of that vibe. You just want to feel natural. Like that's what I go for. Like just to go natural, so I just don't have to keep going take after take after take and being like, yo, that don't sound right. Just
Now, you're still fairly new to the game, right, my man? You just started making music. What I would say maybe a year, 2 years ago. Was that it, or a little longer?
2 years ago, man. Like it's funny because a lot of people they be like, you've been making music how long? But it's like, yo, I've only been making music for like 2 years, but it's a passion. You know what I mean? That it's just I never had the time in my life to sit down and be like write a song and be like listen to a beat and be like, yo, I'm feeling this. Let me write to this. Like I never had the time in my life to be able to do that. I mean, I had time. I was locked up, but it was like my mind was somewhere different. So like when I was out and I'm able to move around and live life like I want to, there's so much inspiration. And so like I hear a beat and it just comes to me, and that's something that I just couldn't tap into a couple years ago. I wish I would. I wish I could have though.
No, for
But
sure. And it's crazy because I remember when you came to the open mic and then you started talking to us and we started, getting to know each other a little bit more. And same thing, you're like, yo, I just started making music and getting into this. So you can kind of tell a little bit in the performances that you were new on it. But then once open mic started kind of rolling through, you started getting, you can tell you starting to find your spot and starting to be comfortable on stage, right?
man, like that's the thing. That was the vibe. You know what I mean? Like sitting, like at first, but not even gonna lie, it never felt like it was like pressure, pressure, pressure. It's your first time, you gonna fucking choke. It was always like, yo, you gonna do good. And then I did good my first time, and then like I kept going, and it really helps, especially because the crowd there's be a good sufficient amount of people to be there to get that pop that cherry, I guess.
Yeah.
Yo, it was good. It was a good vibe, man. I miss it. I miss that.
I miss it too, man. And again, as soon as we find out when we're able to get one going again, because the open mics, I think sit really special on a lot of people, a lot of artists' hearts, because a lot of artists do feel the same way like you do, that they kind of get to go up there with no pressure. Like, when you're put on a show and you get to open for this person or whatever it is, there's a lot of pressure behind that, because first off, there's a pressure to sell tickets. You got to get tickets out. You got to make sure you're trying to get people there. Then you got to make sure that you're ready to perform. But then when you come to the open mics, it's not like that. Like, it's free to perform, free to show up and watch. So it kind of is like, a chance for a lot of artists to go in there and kind of like a fighter to spar, figure out what works for them, figure out what songs work, what hit, and stuff like that.
That's the thing, man. Like, figuring out what works. That's the thing that I miss. Like, that you don't get to get nowadays. Like, I would make a new song and I would go to open mic and I perform in front of people and I see their physical reaction. Like, yo, that's dope. I hear what you're saying, man. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Like, that feeling the same, like that art of creating something like, yo, and then someone else say like, yo, that I feel the same way. That's cool. Like, seeing someone's facial expression make that's something that you miss with this. That's why I'm doing things like this so people can see, they can get that other personal experience other than the physical. You know what I mean? That seeing like, yo, I'm putting everything I got into this music. This is a story about my life that I'm trying to let the world know. Not just Colorado, of course, Colorado put on for my city, but I want the world to know about my story. You know what I mean? So it's like when you physically see someone's reaction to that, compared to like you put it online, you just yo wait for them likes, wait for them likes or wait for them views or whatever the case may be that get you to that satisfactory level, right? That's something that you just can't compare to.
On the other end of that, man, what's it like having a song that you put your time into, and that sometimes, because every artist goes through this, is having a song that might not connect with the people like you thought it would. Not you put the song out, um, and I think every artist that goes through this is either going to go through this or has gone through this. Is there's just a song that you thought was going to go, and then it doesn't get as much plays and as much love as it is. What's that like?
Yo, that happens all the time. I'll be vibing to something like the whole time I'm writing it, I'm vibing to it, and I'm like, yeah, this shit go hard. This shit go hard. And then I get down, I go to the studio, and I put it down, and then like the producer's like, it's all right. And then like I play it for my girl or something. She's all like, it's cool. I'm like, that's cold. That's
But that's
cold.
good. I mean, at least you get that from them before, because a lot of people don't have that. They'll get people that are just like, yeah, that's dope, that's vibe, put that out, and then they do, and they don't have those people with those honest opinions. At least you have that, bro.
Yo, but you kind of need. I put it out anyway. You know what I mean? Because I like having people see the good and bad. Because not everything's gonna be perfect. You know what I mean? Not everybody gonna hit right for somebody, but that there could be a person somewhere that hear what I'm saying in that verse where I meant something, and they're like, "Yo, I felt it." And if that one person feel that shit, then that's the whole purpose of me putting it out there. Like it, that brings me joy. That's why I put it out there anyway, because it's like not everybody gonna like everything.
Right.
There's somebody that's gonna like something though.
Yeah.
So
Now, let's talk a little bit about what's going on in our world. And I've seen that about a month ago you posted a video, about George Floyd. What are your thoughts on everything, man, and how we are? Because it seems like after everything's settling down a little bit, but the job's not done yet. I mean, there's still a lot of things that we need to do. Breonna Taylor's killers still haven't been arrested. There's still fucking these videos that are popping out with cops fucking wilding out and stuff. What's your thought on everything that's going on like that right now, man?
you know, the I'm not a racist person, but I am biracial. You know what I mean? So I got like 5 different races in me. I'm German, Puerto Rican, Mexican, Black, Indian, like Native American. Like I'm all kinds of stuff. So it's like I I feel different parts, different points of view from people. But at the bottom line of this shit, man, it's like just treat people fairly. Like that negate a lot of things. It's like it's not fair that somebody can do the same crime and then be prosecuted differently just because the color of their skin. That shit, that's hurtful, because it's hurtful when you experience it and you be prosecuted, not like even judicially, just in your own community, just dealing with somebody race in general. Like me, let me clear this thing. I'm light skinned. I'm black. You know what I mean? But I feel racism from black people too, and from white people. So for me, I'm like, I feel you and I feel you, but at the same time, like, everybody just needs to learn how to just treat everybody fairly without using that race card. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not right, and it hurts, and some things just aren't gonna change for certain people. You know what I mean? That they're just, the way that they're thinking has been ingrained in them from birth. You can't change that. You can't. That it's like the old like somebody saying, like, old man stuck in his ways. But it's the new generation that they seeing, like, their parents being racist and being belligerent, and for no reason, just for someone saying Black Lives Matter. They think it's a racist thing. It's not.
Right.
It's not about race. It's about equality. It's about people being treated fairly. So when you feel certain people, they hear that, they're like, oh, they're just saying they just want the blacks to uprise. No, that's not the case. Not the case. We want to be put on the same playing field. Not just black people, brown people too. Native people, everybody. Like, it's, if you don't acknowledge the fact that because of the color of your skin in America, you get treated betterly, then you're part of the problem. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I feel. Like, if you don't acknowledge that, you're part of the problem. But if you acknowledge it and be like, yo, that's not right, then you're part of the solution. Just feel that one part, like, yo, that's not right. We don't ask you, people don't, who support the movement, they're not asking you to go change the world with every little thing you do. No, just make little adjustments. Little things add up to big things. Crumbs make crumb cake. You know what I mean? Like, things make a difference in life. That's why it's irritating and it's frustrating when I see the people go and that were protesting, they go and they loot things and stuff. Like, I get that, because I was I went down there and I was protesting, and police start pushing it. I get that. And then you got people who just got shot in the face with paintball guns and rubber bullets. And then that's just a reaction. But underneath all that, the main reason why people are protesting, that's what people try to get. They try to get blinded by the fact that, yo, well, they're doing this as a result of it. No, but they're doing it because they're angry.
Right.
Like, I feel deeply about it, man. Like, it's a touchy situation because I've been in the system, but I understand that there's certain people that need to be in jail. There's people that do wrong.
Yeah.
But I just wish people would just treated fairly at the end of the day.
I think that's the best way to say it, man. Is just like you said, just equal treatment. When, if I'm getting arrested and I need to do something wrong, treat me with respect, with the cuffs on. You ain't got to rough me up. You got to put me in the back of the car and take that person in if they did something wrong. But it doesn't mean you have to have an agenda or feelings towards that person and treat them differently than you would arrest any other person.
It's crazy that it's just crazy, man. And it's only things are going to change is by allowing people to see the outcome of the wrong that people do. You know what I mean? Like, yo, man, like, I understand you put me in this profile and you think that I'm this one, but I'm not. Like, people was to look at me. I get the looks all the time. Like, I got tattoos I say one my tattoos from my toes to my face. Real shit. But I'm one of the nicest people you've ever meet, I swear. I'm only disrespectful unless you disrespect me. And I tell my wife all the time, like, you gotta be hell of a motherfucker to just be blatantly because I'm the nicest person. I open the door for you. I open the door for you, real shit.
Right.
But at the same time, I'll flash. but you gotta have something real wrong. But that's just people. That's just people in life, and it's just hopefully one day.
I think we'll get there, man. I think we're on the right track finally. I think we finally made some noise, and but it's not over. Like I said, there's still a lot of work to make sure we can get to that position. But let's jump back a little bit back into music, man. What we got coming forward in the future? We can look forward from you.
Yo, so my one of my songs got reported for some reason. This my new song. So I got to re-put that out. But I got a lot more music coming. I got working on my 4th album. I got three studio albums. I'm working on my 4th one. I got a lot of material in my head, man. I'm working on a song right now, so it's like it never stops. I love making music. It's something it's a passion for me, and a lot of people, they lie in their music. You know what I mean? So that's why they run out of inspiration. They ain't got enough lies. They're like, yo, I be smoking and be doing stuff and all this other. No, you don't. I see it. Just you saying, man. But the music I make about my life. So it's like I always got inspiration. It's just like it's like a funnel. There's like all kinds of shit going. I gotta squeeze it through this one pin or
yeah. Nah, that's for sure, man. Well, hey, bro, I appreciate you taking time to chop it up with us. I'm excited to, I know you'll be the first one there once we open the doors for those open mics. It'd be good to see you in person, man. You, all the other artists that we vibe with that come down and have a great time. Before we let you go, though, man, let everybody know where they can keep up with you social media wise and where they can find your music, bro.
Yo, check me out on all streaming platforms, Mr. I25, on YouTube, on Dizzler, on iTunes, Spotify. Check me out. King of Colorado was my last studio album. Check me out. You know what I mean? Facebook, anything you need. My music everywhere. My music everywhere. King Daddy at IG. You know what I mean? King Daddy _303. So check me out.
That is how it's going to be, man. Mr. I25. I am your host, Lance Maharez. I gotta go.